Do you believe in reincarnation after death? In Hainan Island, China, there lives a man who is believed to have truly reincarnated, with memories from his past life. At the age of 3, he began recounting experiences from his previous life, claiming he had been murdered. When he was 6, he led his current father to find his past life's family and accurately identified his past father and relatives. At the age of 8, with just one glance, he recognized his first love from his previous life. This reincarnated man is named Tang Zhongshan, born in November 1976 in Bumuo Village, Gangcheng Town, Dongfang City, Hainan Province. The strange events surrounding his birth due to extreme poverty, Tang Zhongshan's mother gave birth to him at home. When he was born, he was wrapped in a thick fetal membrane. If they had been in a hospital, the doctors would have told his mother that this was simply a case of a thicker than usual membrane, which wasn't uncommon. However, in the countryside, his family didn't know what to do. It was Tang Zhongshan's grandfather who, using a traditional rural method, picked up a book and fanned the membrane 3 times. To everyone's surprise, Tang Zhongshan broke free from it. Tang Chongjin, the father, was overjoyed to hold his newborn son. But as he cradled the baby, he noticed a clear scar on the left side of the child's waist, resembling a knife wound. Tang Chongjin pondered the mark deeply but couldn't find an explanation, leaving him with a lingering question. However, 3 years later, his son Tang Zhongshan would reveal the answer himself. Remembering his past life at age 3 from the age of 1 to 3, Tang Zhongshan seemed like any other child, though he was a bit more introverted. Then, in 1979, when he was 3 years old, during a meal, he suddenly spoke to his father in a tone far beyond his years. "I'm not your son. In my past life, my name was Chen Mingdao. I lived in Huangyu Village, Zniang Town, Danzhou City, near the sea. You're not my father. My father was named Chen Zaniang, and I called him third father." At first, Tang Zhongshan's parents thought he was just talking nonsense. However, the more he recalled his past life, the more shocked they became with each word. Tang Zhongshan explained that in his past life, he was a militia officer in Huangyu Village. At that time, the village was frequently involved in violent conflicts with a neighboring village over land disputes, where knives, guns, and even grenades were used. When it came to the cause of his death, Tang Zhongshan vividly remembered the details. It was a day in September 1967, when 20-year-old Chen Mingdao, along with 8 young men from the village, was on the way to buy diesel in the county town. They were ambushed by people from the neighboring village, resulting in 6 deaths, 1 person seriously injured, and another who managed to escape. Chen Mingdao was one of those killed in the attack, and his waist had been slashed with a long knife wound. But what truly shocked Tang Zhongshan's parents was that, as their son recounted these events, his accent suddenly changed. The 3-year-old, sitting seriously on the bed, spoke fluent Danzhou dialect as he described his past life to his parents. The whole thing felt incredibly eerie. However, at that time, Tang's parents still dismissed it as childish babble and didn't take it seriously. Finding his past life father at age 6 when Tang Zhongshan was 6 years old, he suddenly began crying and insisting on returning to his old home. He told his parents that he had a strong, unsettling feeling that his mother from Huangyu Village had already passed away, that his sisters had all married and left home, and that only his third father was left alone and pitiable. He felt he had to go back to visit his father from his past life. At this point, Tang Chongjin realized he had no choice but to take his son to Danzhou and see if what he was saying was true. Although it seemed like Tang Chongjin was the one bringing his son on this journey, in reality, it was Tang Zhongshan who was leading his father. During the 160-kilometer trip, Tang Zhongshan never asked anyone for directions and confidently led the way to Huangyu Village. Even the winding mountain roads of the village were no challenge for him. He didn't take a single wrong turn and guided his father directly to his previous life's home. Upon entering the house, Tang Zhongshan saw an old man with white hair and immediately called out in the Danzhou dialect, "Third father." The elderly man, Chen Zanying, was stunned by this greeting. Aside from his own children, no one else addressed him that way. Seeing the confusion in his past life father's eyes, Tang Zhongshan quickly explained, "I am your son, Chen Mingdao, now reincarnated in Dongfang village." Chen Zanying became even more puzzled. His son, Chen Mingdao, had been dead for over a decade, so how could another son suddenly appear? Could there be some hidden motive behind this? To prove he was telling the truth, Tang Zhongshan walked around the house and accurately described where he had lived in his past life, the objects he had loved to play with, and even his father's bedtime habits, all perfectly correct. After hearing these explanations, Chen Zanying finally believed that the boy standing before him was none other than his son, Chen Mingdao, who had died many years ago. Overcome with emotion, the old man hugged Tang Zhongshan tightly, weeping, and recognized him as his son on the spot. The news of Chen Mingdao's reincarnation and return to the village quickly spread, and villagers flocked to the Chen household to witness the event. Even his sisters, who had married and moved away, returned. Calm and composed, Tang Zhongshan greeted his sisters and identified many relatives and neighbors by name. He even recalled childhood memories, like fishing with friends and stealing apples from neighbors, in perfect detail. From that day on, Tang Zhongshan officially recognized his past life father, and they re-established their father-son relationship. His current father, Tang Chongjin, believed it was fate and, unable to resist it, agreed to the connection between the two families. From then on, he frequently accompanied his son on visits to Huangyu village to see third father Chen. Recognizing his first love at age 8 when Tang Zhongshan was 8 years old, during a visit to see his third father, he noticed a woman in her 30s staring intently at him from the crowd. He recognized the woman at a glance as his first love, Xie Shushang. After Chen Mingdao's death, Xie Shushang had married into a family in town. Hearing the news that Chen Mingdao had returned to his hometown to visit, which had spread throughout Danzhou, she decided to go back to Huangyu village to see for herself. Even she hadn't expected that Tang Zhongshan would recognize her immediately. Tang Zhongshan, in my next life, I only want to be a bird. As Tang Zhongshan grew up, with the support of his family, he got married and had children. Unfortunately, in 1998, his third father, Chen Zanying, passed away. Upon hearing the sad news, Tang Zhongshan brought his wife and children back to his hometown, arranged his father's funeral, and observed 3 months of mourning in Huangyu village. After that, he returned to Bumyuo village. However, reincarnation did not bring him good fortune. In his past life, Chen Mingdao had been killed in a fight, and in this life, Tang Zhongshan's luck wasn't much better. In pursuit of a better life, he tried growing chili peppers, bananas, and sugarcane, but each venture ended in financial failure. His business struggles put a strain on his family's finances, as he and his wife had 2 children to support, and they lived in hardship. Reflecting on both his past and present lives, Tang Zhongshan couldn't help but sigh, "If there is another life, I wish to be a bird, not a human again."